We have this.
It's not on the big screen.
It's not on the big screen because the big screen is off. I will turn on the big screen. So I guess it'll be on now, hopefully. With a little bit of luck. There we go. Okay, so we got the nuke here, and we have your files here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we have the video, and we have the images. And you have like 3 different video or image sequences and your video. And you know how it works with the 1, 2, 3, etc. That you view whatever you press 1 on, right?
Yeah.
Good. And these are all HD. So what you really want to do right now is set your project. So in this area down here, press S or go to blah blah project with S, and then change this to be HD, and probably change this to 25 because that's what you got, right? And as you see, there's a thingy coming up there. And you also have a shadow layer, which is that one. And this one
It's empty.
is empty.
Yes.
Okay.
You can delete that.
Okay, so it's not doing.
No,
No, I can see that there's nothing there. Okay, I'll just get rid of that. Okay. So we take this and then we use a merge node, as you know probably. And you put background in B and foreground in A. And I don't know, are these synced up? Yeah, it looks pretty much like it.
They should be synced up.
Good. And if you want the shadow underneath this, then you should put that in here. So a merge node again, and then have that in there. So now you have the shadow under. See, right now it works kind of opposite, because this is like the inverted thing.
Yeah.
So you probably want to set this up as something like a subtract. That looked wrong. Let's see. There. So just switch those. So now it subtracts from the bottom there, and you can do this with them. But that looks kind of like not the way we want it, right? So instead, keep this Shift X again to switch over, and then just do an invert on this one. So that will be in here, just to invert. So what you get is this instead, right? So you have the inverted thing, and that you can just put on this one, and then do a multiply instead. There you go. So you should get, so this is one, and this is the other one, as you can see. And see, the darkness is just slightly visible. Should be, that's up there. Okay. Of course, you can always fix this by adding a gamma node. So just go in and add gamma. Great. Yeah. And then as you gamma this down, you'll make the dark areas darker. Right. So that way you can make the shadow part more visible. So it's this area here, right? Let me see. Right? And then this one, that comes on top of that. And then basically what you just do is you add your nodes to each of these inputs depending on what you want. So of course, if you want more shadows, you give your grade more gamma.
Yeah.
And for this thing, which is your foreground, you can put on like a saturation node. So So you can go in and say, okay, maybe this is slightly too saturated, and you can pull it back a little bit, or punch it up.
Well, that looks awesome.
Yes, so I guess, well, something like this is not too far off, right? And then you can add a grade node as well, so you can gamma it so that it fits in. So maybe like there. Let's have a look. Oh, this is a shot with a DSLR or what?
It's like, it's a Canon camera.
Yes. Yeah, but it's like a photography camera. Yeah.
Oh, then it's very nice 420 shitty footage.
Huh?
That's sort of okay.
Yeah. It's just DSLR footage doesn't have very much color information. It's 420, so you lose about 75% of your color information. But for the price, they are awesome.
Yeah, it's not mine, it's my friend's. He bought it for like, it came with like a broken lens, and that was the reason why he sold off the entire camera, which didn't make any sense. But he bought it for like 1,000 crowns.
Yeah, it's cheap. You can say in shots like these, they are awesome, but if you do a green screen and keying, then you are going to run into problems. Big problems. It's
Well, it's actually not jumping too much when you pull back. I don't think it's something you'd notice too much. You're talking about you had to fix this where you jump?
Oh, no, it's in a separate track.
Okay, so it's another clip.
Yes.
Okay. One other thing you want to check, and it's pretty good, but what you want to look at is like the blurriness of the area that you want to integrate this in. You want it to have the same focus.
Yeah.
So you can see this is slightly more blurry than this. Need to find a place where it's sort of steady. I think ideally what you wanted to do was to have rendered out motion vectors, because then you would be able to motion blur it in post so that it would fit your camera shake and everything.
Yeah.
But other than that, put on a blur node, or you could do like a defocus node. That's good as well. Do something like this, and then you can see you can defocus it. Ooh. Okay, it's because of the shadow, it doesn't match this point. So
you can probably do it like straight on the actual
no, well, the thing is here, what you can do is you can do it like can we do it like that? See, that's the problem with this, having this in there. But what we could do was just make everything in this black in this one. That would work.
would work.
So if you take maybe and use that, and then do invert like this. So I'm basically masking out the invert node. It's just a quick way of doing it. So it will still look correct as this. But when I blur this, it will be more of the black thing behind that you'll see. So if you do it like this, and we start to blur this, you can see you'll get the black thing. It's slightly better than the other one, but still, it is a bit of a... what can we do? We can actually we plug that out there and then use it in that one instead, and then invert it here. Then what you should see is just the shadow, but it's not doing anything in that area there, so you'll get the right color coming through. And then as you blur this and put it over, it should, yeah, see, I'm still doing the iffy thing at the shadow, but sort of works. Let's see, it's only very little we need to blur it. Maybe like this.
So what do I have to turn on for the Renderman lights to see the shapes?
You need to switch from to let me see, cool.
So.
2 seconds.
I
Still
think
it works.
Isn't that screen like a little bit darker?
Yes, and this one? Yes, it is.
Yeah. Can we fix that?
Possibly.
Why is this not showing?
I probably need to find like the remote control for it to fix it, but I'll look it up. So anyway, something like this. Actually, I was thinking of something. What we could possibly do is, of course, about the shadow part, you can do the same thing while doing a mask and things like that, right? But I'm also thinking what you could do is there's this vector blur, and then maybe if we do motion blur on this one, it should be able to analyze and motion blur it for us.
Okay.
So if we do this and add motion blur, and you can see here it's motion blurring it automatically. Right, so when it's let's see, find a good frame here. See here. So now it's blurring it just a little bit. So if we just disable this, see it's trying to fit it to the movement that it's got. And you can, if you lower the shutter time, it'll be less blur. So if I do like a 0.1, it'll be less blur. And as you raise it, it'll be more. So maybe 0.5 or something like that. That will add a little bit of blur. And when you have a lot of movement, it'll be more blur. So you can see now it has motion blur here moving across. And you can actually see that this is like 3 samples. You can put this up by changing the number of samples here, so it'll do more blurring. So that what it does now is it works just on this thing. So that way you'll get blur. Just let it run to make it build it. It takes slightly longer when it has to do this.
Well, the more samples you have, the more...
It'll take longer, but what it does is it actually tracks the image a little bit like the match moving, And then it uses that to motion blur the figure. So you can see here as it moves forward. Maybe you need more samples there. Let's see then in a second. We'll just let it run. I'll just pause the recording. So, Johan, you have the motion blur in there as well now. When it attacks.
Yeah.
So it just needs to. Right now, what is not working is this area here. It's too dark compared to the ground, and the ground is too bright. But that is just some nice masking, I guess.
Yeah, some masking and some exposure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm actually thinking of doing this differently. Just take this and then use standard over here. There, so we get this out of it, so it's just a white spot. But then take this and use a shuffle node. And then shuffle all of, so just set all of these to black and then use just one of them as the alpha. Right? So this should be, yep, so that will be the alpha and and this will be the color, right? So when I do this, I should get a black area, shouldn't I? If I do this correctly at least. So I do A over B. I'm not getting, because I have, oh, it is darkening it. It's just not very much. So add a grade node to this. And this should work on the alpha. So if we look at this and the alpha, then I should be able to like make this. So make it more intense, right?
Yeah.
but not in a wider area. So we get there. So maybe something like that, maybe, and then have that one over there. But the advantage to doing it like this is that since now these are both overs, I can put these two together as one. So instead of having that in there, I can put that one straight up there, and then has the combination of those two, oops, go in here. So I won't get problems with the shadow in the same way, because I want all of this to be up here. So I'm just putting that there, and then this one should be up here. There we go. So here what I do is I get this with this. Oh,
You still have the mask, right? Create the mask. Thank you.
I'm just wondering what. I didn't do a mask, no. Okay, so this is what happens when I push this too far. Yeah, I can see that. Okay. I'll pull it in like this, then it won't be an issue, right? And then I'll put it over there. So let's see. Should sort of work, I guess. And then we motion blur this. Yep. And then we see, it's just after this, isn't it? There we go. So it motion blurs everything. And let's just set this to 10. That looks nice. Why is it doing this little thing there? No. But does this have shadow on its own? So this is just extra shadow.
No, it shouldn't. I don't think so.
It looks like it has shadow, right?
Maybe it does. I wouldn't be too surprised if it does.
It does have shadow.
Alright.
Yeah, it does.
Then you only got extra shadow.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you. But that explains why the shadow gets more intense when I pluck these two over each other. See, but it sort of creates this ringing thing.
Yeah, it's getting whitewashed.
Yes. Well, it should be like this, and not sure why it looks like. It's because it goes black there. So it's this black outline I'm getting. So if we do this, and we do Yep. Then I get rid of the problem. Because I now just de-gamma it before. So there we go. And then I end up with this. And it's motion blurred. And it's on top of the thing. And if I need more shadow, I can go into this thing here and grade it. Let's just get rid of all those. Yeah, so. Or what? Did I destroy that now? Let's see. That one versus that one. Yeah. I messed it up. See. See, there's almost nothing left here. There we go. Yep. Okay, now it works. So I darken it when I kick this up. And hopefully I'm not getting the outline there. Yes, I am. So multiply this by 10 and then pull this back. And then see there. Yes, now it works. Yes, now you get this darker area. There. That you can then control with the gamma. Sort of works. And the same thing Mikkel showed you, you can do here, where you can darken it down. You can see it goes black before some of the other things. Basically like this tree. And if you do it the other way, see it comes up. And same here. It's not too far off. I think it's just a little too saturated. Actually, the bottom part here should probably be slightly brighter, right? But does it make sense, this way of working?
It makes sense, yes. But I just find it more tedious and hard.
I think the good thing about this is that everything is atomic, so everything is one separate node.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, that is one of the few things I do like about it.
And the masking is much more straightforward.
Yes.
So so you basically just plug a mask into this input here of any node, and it will mask the result of that.
What?
So for instance, for the grade here, what you could do is just add a mask. So you can go in here and then just make a mask here. New. So
Dope in the column.
Søren.
What did I do now? Okay.
Du har vel Søren. Søren. Ikke også?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Hvad laver du?
I'm doing a roto thing.
You're slinging dope on the counter.
What?
Har du ikke set det? Ham der Simon Talbot, der sådan kører